What it is, folks, your homeboy Ferg back again with another installment of this Put It On Something Special as I continue to ask, who's the GOAT QB? As you can see today, we will be looking at the resume of New Orleans Saints great legend, Drew Brees. You feel me? I know being a Mississippi boy like I am, that people down here gonna pay special attention to this one. Alright. A lot of folks became Saints fans because of this man right here. Alright. Because before him, them boys were known as the Aints. Okay. So we gonna dive into that, but before we get into it, I need y'all to go ahead and click that subscribe button. You feel me? Go ahead and do that. It costs you nothing to hit that button. You feel me? Also, make sure you put your partners on everything IG Entertainment. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all in these group chats and y'all in these Facebook groups and all that kind of shit. You need to be sharing all of the content to your people. Because I keep telling you, I will help you win the group chat. I will help you win the barbershop. You feel me? So you need to fuck with your homeboy first. You feel me? But let's go ahead and get into it, man. Drew Brees played 20 seasons in the NFL from 2001 to 2020. He spent 5 years with the Chargers, but they moved on from him. They didn't believe him. They chose to go with Phillip Rivers. Now, Phillip Rivers, he gonna end up in the Hall of Fame. All right, the way they doing shit, he gonna end up in the Hall of Fame. He got the numbers. You know what I'm talking about? Drew Brees went on down there to New Orleans and spent 15 years there and became legendary. All right, he's known for his accuracy. He's known for overcoming that early injury that made the Chargers not believe in him. He's known for proving that a short quarterback can be elite. Like, and when I say short, I'm talking about by NFL standards. You know what I'm talking about? You know, the prototypical NFL quarterback, they want to be 6'4", you know, all that kind of shit. You know, shit, I'm 6 feet tall. You know, and the average man in America is 5'9", but for NFL standards, him being a 6 foot quarterback, that was kind of shied away from. You know, a lot of guys like him and didn't get that chance, but he kind of paved the way for guys like a Russell Wilson, guys like a Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray's on the shit. He's shorter than Drew Brees, but like these shorter quarterbacks, really got a better chance because of this man. You know, and of course, for y'all OGs out there, I know about Doug Flutie. But Doug Flutie wasn't Drew Brees, okay? But he's most known for helping the New Orleans Saints become a respectable franchise. All right, especially after the tragedy, which was Hurricane Katrina. Okay, now I got plenty to say about how that tragedy could have been largely avoided, but that's another video. But Drew Brees and Ultimate Team Game, the New Orleans Saints, in the subsequent years after Katrina, man, really provided people with an escape for something that was horrific, you know what I'm saying? And I think the people in that area will always be indebted to him and that team for that, you feel me? But he didn't win any MVPs over his time in the league, which is somewhat surprising when you think about the gaudy numbers that this man put up down there in New Orleans, okay? And the fact that he was 2-time AP Offensive Player of the Year. So usually when a quarterback like is in that ballpark to be called Offensive Player of the Year, a quarterback gonna get the damn MVP, but Drew Brees didn't win any MVPs. He will get in on the first ballot in the Hall of Fame. No, I have no doubt about that. You know what I'm talking about? Let me know if y'all have some doubts about that. Maybe y'all think he shouldn't get in. I know Coach Prime, Deion Sanders, was, you know, had some words for the Hall of Fame. Now, I know he thinks Drew Brees should get in. But I wonder, some of these guys feel like, hey, that first ballot means something different though. Like that's reserved for top of the top. And you can argue that Drew Brees wasn't the best of his era because he in there with Tom Brady and Peyton Manning. So I don't know. Let me know what y'all think. Is Drew Brees a no doubt first ballot Hall of Famer? I'm gonna say he is. Okay. As I said, he really, really helped make the New Orleans Saints respectable. I cannot overstate that, y'all. Again, as a Mississippi boy, growing up here, not having no NFL red zone or no shit like that growing up, bruh, you gonna get them damn Saints game at 12 o'clock when you want to be watching, you know, the marquee game on, and you getting them fucking Saints. And they own fans whooping the game with them damn bags on their head. But Drew Brees really changed that. And nothing changed that more than helping to lead that team to a Super Bowl victory after the 2009 season. Okay, over Peyton Manning and the Indianapolis Colts. Broke my wife's heart. Okay? She don't like the fucking Saints to this day because of that. All right, but that was his only Super Bowl appearance. You feel me? And a lot of people don't talk about that. Like when we talk about Aaron Rodgers, folks bring that up a lot, that he has only one Super Bowl appearance. But it's like Drew Brees really doesn't get hit over the head with that. And I think that's really because, again, folks, New Orleans Saints fans were just happy to not be dealing with that shit from the past. You know what I'm saying? Like, people love Archie Manning, and what he did with the Saints was they were getting their ass kicked. Like, so for them to be winning divisions and being in contention, okay, yeah, they went to the bowl one time, but it just felt good, like they had something to root for. You know, so I think that plays into why he doesn't really get a lot of flack over there. All right. His playoff record was 9-9. Playoff passing yards, 5,366. In terms of playoff passing yards per game, he's damn near 300. All right, 298.1 per game. Playoff touchdowns, he threw for 37. In terms of playoff interception, he threw 15. His playoff passer rating was 97.1. His regular season record was 172 and 114. In terms of regular season passing touchdowns, he threw for 571, and that ranked second. Okay, when he retired, and he still holds that distinction at second right now behind Tom Brady. In terms of regular season interceptions, he threw for 243. That ranked 13th when he retired, and that's still at 13th. Again, he just recently retired. All right, in terms of passing yards, he threw for 80,358 yards, man, which ranked number one when he retired. But y'all know Tom Brady came and got him. All right, so now he is second. In terms of regular season passer rating, all right, it was 98.7, which ranked fifth when he retired. It's still fifth right now. In terms of regular season passing yards per game, he had 280. Rushing yards was 752, which is more than I would have thought. You know, it ain't 1,000, so it ain't nothing really. But you know, he's really a classic pocket passer. But he did have a little mobility to him, you know, trying to get out of harm's way and make some things happen. Nothing like Aaron Rodgers or Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen, nothing like those guys. But you know what I'm talking about? He wasn't just a statue in the pocket. You know what I'm talking about? He did have 25 rushing touchdowns, most of those off of sneaks. He was good at, you know what I'm saying, jumping over the line and really sticking that ball out over the goal line to get that quarterback sneak touchdown, you know what I'm talking about. But let's look at my favorite part of the project. If you've been watching the project, you know this is my favorite part of the project, and that is looking at what the quarterback had with him, what kind of defenses he had with him, what kind of rushing offenses he had with him, what type of teammates he had with him on the offensive side of the ball, and of course the coaches. Coaches mean the most in the game of football. So let's look at scoring defense. During his career, okay, lengthy career now, 20 seasons, Drew Brees had only four, top 10 scoring defenses, okay? 20 seasons, only 4 top 10 scoring defenses. He had none during his time with the Chargers. So he had 4 in 15 years with the Saints. He won the Super Bowl, y'all, with the number 20 scoring defense. Okay? So we ain't talking about 2000 Ravens. We ain't talking about 85 Bears. Of course, we're not talking about them. But we ain't even talking about an average, just a below average scoring defense. You feel me? Now, I had to go back and check the tape. Maybe they got hot during that run in the playoffs and were creating some turnovers. I know in the Super Bowl, they hit Payton Manning up for a pick 6. You feel me? So that was very advantageous. But to win the Super Bowl with a number 20 scoring defense, that's a notch in his belt. That's very impressive. All right, they had the worst scoring defense in 2015. And then he had several that were in the 20s, man. So, and they were second to last 3 times. Okay? So, whoo! See, when you look at that one Super Bowl appearance through this lens, especially when we say defense wins championships, it make you look at you. Well, it may make you look at it differently. I don't know. You know, some motherfuckers don't give a damn. But I know for somebody like me who does believe the defense wins championship, that's quite telling. And it's very impressive that they won the Super Bowl that year again, the number 20 scoring defense. Well, let's look at his rushing offenses. Over his 20-year career, he had 9 top 10 rushing offenses, 4 with the Chargers, 5 with the Saints, and that does include the Super Bowl winning season. Okay, you know, so people think all about Drew throwing that bitch around the yard, which he did do. She threw for 80,000 yards in his career. But during that Super Bowl winning season, they were toting that rock. Now, in that 2020 season, in his last year, the Saints had a hell of a shot at that Super Bowl, y'all. They had a top defense that year, and they had a top rushing offense. So him being hurt that year, if y'all remember, his ribs were fucked up. Like, I don't even know if that brother should have come back out there on that field at all. I remember reports like he had several ribs fucked up, something wrong with one of his lungs. Like, whoo! But he tried to gut it out and come back out there, but he just, you know, it was hard for him to get it done, understandably so. But if he could have been healthy that year, with that top defense they had, y'all remember back in the 2020 season, with that defense that they had and with that rushing offense, I don't know. Y'all saw what that defense did to Tom Brady when it came down to through there. They won the Super Bowl, but shit, them Saints gave him hell. Saints been giving him hell since he got down there. But we'll never know. But moving on, let's look at what coaches he had, man. All right. So when he was out there with the Chargers, he had Marty Schottenheimer. All right, Marty Schottenheimer. Over his career, Marty had a record of 200, 126, and 1. He has no Super Bowl appearances, so I don't know if he's gonna get into the Hall. He probably won't. Okay, but he is somebody that I know the media does like. They always talk about Marty Schottenheimer. All right, but this is one guy who I know he gonna end up getting in the Hall of Fame, and that's Sean Payton. Okay, that was his coach over there in New Orleans. So these guys are gonna be tied in history to one another. Okay, so just like Drew is beloved by New Orleans Saints fans, this man is also beloved by New Orleans Saints fans. All right, Sean Payton has a 150 and 89 record. He was the coach of that Super Bowl winning team. One appearance. So you got this future Hall of Fame quarterback but you only got one Super Bowl appearance. But I'm still telling you, Sean Payton gonna get in that hall. The media loves him, and he seems to be a good coach. I fuck with Sean Payton. I kind of like the culture that he built down there. Changing that culture in New Orleans with that ownership, that like if you pay attention to them historically, and then if you pay attention to how they handle the Pelicans and shit like that, these motherfuckers slick cheap. But Sean Payton was able to create a winning culture. Like the Saints were expected to always be a player, not only in the NFC South, but in the NFC period. During the Sean Payton, Drew Brees era. Okay. So I think he'll definitely get in the hall. Let me know what y'all think. All right. Well, let's look at some of the offensive teammates that Drew Brees had. All right. In San Diego, he had one of them boys. A fantasy football darling. Hall of Fame running back. Class of 2017. LaDainian Tomlinson. Okay, y'all young boys out there, if you don't know LT, go check him out. Go YouTube this boy. This man was serious, okay? He played with Brees from 2001 to 2005. He's one of the most versatile backs I've ever seen, and I think really of all time, okay? He had over 1,000 yards rushing in his first 8 seasons, okay? He had over 2,300 yards from scrimmage in 2003. Over 2,300 yards from scrimmage. That means you combine his catching with his toe net rock, and somebody rushing the ball, over 2,300 yards from scrimmage. Okay. He also caught 100 balls that year. The running back caught 100 balls. I'm telling you, if I was playing fantasy football back then, goddamn it, shit, I had to pay a motherfucker to get him. He gonna win me my league, okay? He was MVP in 2006. Now, Drew Brees had already moved on to the Saints by then. I'm just letting you know the caliber of player he was. All right, and in that 2006 season, LaDainian Tomlinson rushed for 1,800 yards, over 1,800 yards, and had a total of 31 touchdowns. 31 total touchdowns, okay, including 28 rushing. So 28 rushing TDs that year, 3 catches. Whoever had him on the fantasy team won the league. Shit. Period. All right, this man was a 4-time All-Pro. He made the NFL's All-2000s team. It would have been crazy to see these two stay together. But, who knows if Drew Brees becomes Drew Brees without Sean Payton. But to see them two together, that shit would have been crazy. All right. But other notable teammates that he had, man, Marcus Colston. I know Saints fans remember Marcus Colston. All right. Man was just reliable. He had 6 1,000-yard seasons, had a couple of 900-yard seasons. He didn't really wow you with a lot, man, but that man gonna be open. He gonna get receptions. He gonna catch balls, man. Marcus Colston, shit, I might have won a fantasy league with him, I think. You know what I'm talking about? He just was gonna be reliable, and Drew Brees was gonna hit that motherfucker. All right. Another guy that he had in New Orleans, and this connection was crazy, and that was Jimmy Graham. Jimmy Graham was a 1-time All-Pro. He led the league in touchdowns in 2013. I ain't say he led tight ends in touchdowns. This motherfucker led the league, period, in touchdowns in 2013. Him and Drew Brees were a damn connection, especially in that red zone. They were a problem. You understand? I think Jimmy might backdoor his way into this hall too, y'all. He got 713 catches, over 8,500 yards for his career, 85 touchdowns. I'm not saying first ballot, second ballot, third ballot. He gonna have to wait. He might get up in there. He might. Okay. For his era, for that time, that he was one of the guys notable for pass catching tight ends. All right. Another guy that Drew played with down in New Orleans was Michael Thomas. Michael Thomas, two-time All-Pro. People forget how good he is, given some of these recent injuries. But this man was the 2019 Offensive Player of the Year, y'all. This ain't too long ago. Okay? 2019 Offensive Player of the Year. That motherfucker led the league in catches that year. He led the league in yards. Okay? He's actually led the league in catches twice. You feel me? So this man was a problem. All right, and so I'll be interested to see how he comes back from his injuries this year. Another guy that Drew Brees played with down in New Orleans. If I'm going to say Drew Brees is probably the most beloved Saint, you know what I'm talking about? And Archie Manning, I know, is a beloved Saint. But this brother right here is somewhere next in line, and that's Deuce McAllister. Saints fans love some Deuce. Trust me, I know. I'm from Mississippi, okay? And he played his ball at Ole Miss too, so Mississippians love some Deuce McAllister. You feel me? And they have a right to. He was productive. He ran for over 1,000 yards 4 times in his 8 seasons, okay? He didn't make an All-Pro team, even though he ran for over 1,600 yards in 2003. And so that stuck out to him like, damn, 1,600 yards, that's a good damn season. What the fuck was going on? This man didn't get on the All-Pro team that year. Well, this is what happened that year. In that 2003 year, like I told y'all previously, ALT had 2,300 scrimmage yards. LaDainian Tomlinson, he had 1,600 on the ground. He had 700 through the air. A guy by the name of Priest Holmes rushed for 1,400 yards and had another 690 receiving. And a guy that real ones know about, Jamal Lewis. Jamal Lewis is one of the handful of backs in the history of this league run for over 2,000 yards. So that's why that man didn't make the All-Pro team, because it was some motherfuckers really goddamn getting to it. But he was also getting to it. All right. Deuce was the man. All right. Very popular player in these parts. You feel me? All right. Another guy that Drew Brees played with down there in New Orleans was Reggie Bush. Reggie Bush, in my estimation, is another beloved Saint because he was on their Super Bowl team. Now, Reggie Bush mostly is known for his electric college career. Okay? If we're going to talk just college running backs, this man in that top 10. Okay? He got to be. He got to be in terms of what that motherfucker did at USC was stellar. He was electric. Amazing. That was some bullshit. They trying to take his Heisman from him. You know what I'm talking about? That man was a shit. So, with those expectations that he came into the league with, people thinking that he was going to be Barry Sanders 2.0. Okay. If you look at it like that, his career was underwhelming. But, you know, he still did some good things in this league. He ran for over 1,000 yards twice in his career, but neither of those were with the Saints, though. Mostly with the Saints, and really throughout his career, he was a yards from scrimmage type of guy. You know what I'm talking about? He caught 88 balls his first year. He caught 73 balls his second year. He had over 1,000 scrimmage yards as a rookie. You know what I'm talking about? And he had 998 in his second year. So really shit, he had 1,000 yards. I wonder if he had a little incentive in his contract to get that 1,000. And he came short by 2 yards. I wonder if they went ahead and gave that man his money. I would love to ask Reggie Bush that. You know what I'm talking about. But in terms of that 2009 playoff run, he had a monster game in their divisional round win. Well, he did it pretty much every way you could do it. On the ground, through the air, in the kicking game. You know what I'm talking about. Had a kick return touchdown. So I think that really set the stage for that run that they went on. But he dealt with a lot of injuries in his career, and I think that played a role in him not living up to some of the expectations that people had for him. You know what I'm talking about? But he's still beloved by Saint fans. All right. Drew Brees also played with Pierre Thomas. Okay. Now Pierre doesn't have just a gaudy resume or anything like that, but he was on that 2009 team, and I know that he was a fan favorite given the fact that they had like this dynamic of Reggie was finesse and all that kind of shit, and Pierre was more of a thudder, you know what I'm talking about? He did have 85 total yards in that Super Bowl, okay? And that was a big contribution for them. He also played with Darren Sproles. That's one of my favorite players all the time, you know what I'm talking about? Even going back to his years at Kansas State, because Darren Sproles was undersized. And we talking about Drew Brees being undersized for the quarterback. Well, shit, Drew Brees bigger than Darren Sproles. But this motherfucker here was strong and durable, powerful, and versatile, okay? He played with the Chargers initially. Even had his first year with Drew Brees, but he didn't get much playing time, look like it. But in 3 seasons with New Orleans, this man had 111 targets, 104 targets, and 89 targets. This running back. That's a running back getting targeted like that. And he converted those targets into 86 catches, 75 catches, and 71 catches, respectively. And turned all that into 1,300 scrimmage yards, 900 scrimmage yards, and 800 scrimmage yards, okay? So he was getting it done. He also helped in the kick return game, excuse me. He led the league in all-purpose yards in 2011 with the Saints. He was over 1,000 all-purpose yards every year in his career, other than the last 3. Okay, well, injuries were starting to catch up to him. He ain't know what I'm talking about, but again, it's a very undersized cat. So to do that all them years in his career, other than like the tail end, hella impressive. Shit, he went over 2,000 all-purpose yards 4 times in his career. All of this is why this man is on the NFL's all 2010s team. Darren Sproles. He was a motherfucker, man. He was a motherfucker. To kind of keep it going in the history of New Orleans and versatile backs, Drew Brees played with Alvin Kamara. Okay? You see a theme here? You see a pattern? Sean Payton has a type. Sean Payton has a type. All right? Kamara is already a 2-time All-Pro. He was Rookie of the Year in 2017. He had over 1,300 scrimmage yards every year of his career so far. Every year, over 1,300 yards from scrimmage. It's a bad motherfucker. He led the league in combined rushing and receiving touchdowns in 2020 with 21. That's a bad man. So Sean Payton, he has a type, and his type is versatile, tough, mostly durable. Okay, like I said, Reggie had them problems, but Alvin been mostly durable. Like I said, Darren was mostly durable. You know what I'm saying? I like this shit. I wish Green Bay would do more of that. We got Aaron Jones, and he's kind of like that. Shout out to Aaron Jones. All right, but I digress. But Drew Brees also had Jeremy Shockey. I wanted to mention him just because he was another contributor on that 2009 Super Bowl. What he was doing now. Jeremy Shockey did most of his damage and made an all-pro team with the New York Football Giants. You feel me? Well, shit, he helped them win the Super Bowl too. So I just want to throw him out there because I know he was a contributor to that team for the Saints. So, all right, but there it is, man. That's Drew Brees' resume. Let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think he has a claim to say that he is indeed the GOAT QB? All right. No MVPs, but 2-time AP Offensive Player of the Year, when he retired with the record for most passing yards with over 80,000 yards. Now, you know it's a pass-happy time, okay? And he was in that dome, and he had Sean Payton, talking about. But at the end of the day, he still had to throw that ball. He was second all-time in touchdowns. He really helped lift the franchise that was known being trash. Known as the fucking Aints, y'all. It really has transformed that franchise to where even now that he's gone, you still expect things from the Saints. Like, they got Jameis Winston, but you still expect the Saints to not be trash. You don't expect them to be the Aints. And he helped change that perception. I'm telling you, he really made a lot of Saints fans. A lot of folks where I'm from down here in Mississippi, even though New Orleans is right there, Louisiana is our neighbor right there. Man, folks, especially black folks, with 49er fans, Cowboy fans. If somebody had a black quarterback, you're gonna be a they fan, like when Vic was in Atlanta, or Steve McNair in Tennessee. Steve McNair has his ties to Mississippi as well. But shit, even when Vince Young with Tennessee, I remember a lot of folks fuck with them. So it's like folks were just picking all these different places. You wasn't finna fuck with them Saints. That changed during the Drew Brees, Sean Payton era. All right, so that's big to take a franchise that was known for being trash and making them into a contender year in and year out. Says a lot. Okay? So y'all tell me what y'all think. And y'all subscribe. Don't forget to do that. All right? It costs you nothing to hit that button. All right? Because I'm going to keep asking the question. Who's the GOAT QB? Put it on something.
Thank you so much for watching my daddy's YouTube channel. Make sure you like, share, and turn on your post notifications. Okay, how do I do it?